but that same faith that reassures her that she's going to recover and go on to be a minister or whatever it is that she's hoping for, also keeps her from facing some of the work that most patients are doing at this point of illness. The assessment of her life choices, the evaluation of how things have gone, how the things that she's pleased about, and the things that she regrets, the need to speak with members of her family and give them ongoing advice or wisdom to communicate to her daughter or her grandchildren, the thank yous or the forgiveness to her parents. The time spent as if she were getting ready to leave with family members is not being used with the amount of energy that she has. And if she continues to decline ever so slowly, by the time she recognizes that she is not in fact recovering, she may not have the energy to deal with some of the goodbyes. Are you tired?
I'm always tired.
Yeah.
My body is just sapping away. You think I did a day's work?
Do you get annoyed with your body that it's not strong the way it used to be?
There's nothing to get annoyed about. It's the reality of life.
Uh-huh.
You pass through this world, that's all you do.
Mm-hmm. Has it been a good time for you, passing through?
It had its ups and downs. Through the war, World War II, I've seen death. I've seen destruction. I've seen everything in my life that I don't want to even see anymore.
Mm-hmm. What are you going to miss about being away from your family, Charlie?
Well, I'm going to miss my wife.
Mm-hmm.
She's been very good to me. She's taken care of me. She refuses to put me anyplace else.
So you're at peace with your life?
I'm at peace with my life, at peace with my children, at peace with my wife, and at peace with everybody right now.
You told me that you felt the end was near, so this...
I feel it's coming little by little.
Uh-huh. But you told me you were peaceful.
I've been up there. I was operated on for a colon operation.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden I found myself in a dark room, and I found the door, and I knocked on the door. It was beautiful inside, a lot of light, beautiful music and everything. And he said to me, yes. I said, I want to come in. He says, what's your name? I told him, Charles Goins. He says to me, wait a minute. He closed the door. A couple of minutes later, he opened it again. And he says to me, it's not your time yet. You go down, and we'll call you when we're ready.
I really got to make sure about that. You don't want any morphine or anything like that. I just want to be real straight about some of these medical things. Have you thought about going back and doing radiation again? No radiation therapy? No more. Okay. No mas. Because that's pretty much what we would plan on doing in hospice, is taking care of your symptoms. But we're not going to take any more shots at trying to cure your brain tumor. What I'd like to really touch on today are some of the subtleties of what it means to really connect with somebody and how to do that, and how hard that is with someone who's dying, how scary it is, and all that stuff, and also how important it is, because when someone is at the end of their life, it's very lonely, very isolated, very difficult, particularly in a medical setting. And the most wonderful healing thing that can happen is somebody who's willing to come into the room and actually connect with you personally as they're doing their work. I don't think it was possible for Ralph to absorb everything that was happening to him all at once. A month ago, Ralph was backpacking. He was, I think, a total he-man. It's probably the hardest part of medicine, is to deal with someone that you know you just really can't help. You're not going to get them better. So what do? On one end of the spectrum is curing, and on the other end is healing. As any of you know who have had relatives die, doors fly open and relationships get very turbulent. Cross currents in families just blow people out of the water, and you have to pay attention all the time to what's happening with family relationships as well as what's happening inside the person, because doors are flying open inside the person too. Many things that you are able to keep unconscious all your life fly up and fly into your awareness and become very hard to handle. Ralph and his daughter haven't seen each other in 18 years. She's 36, 5 months pregnant. We had to call her 3 times before she would agree to come up and visit him. She and he did not get along. There's relationships he has with all his family and friends that are really tricky. It takes a lot of attention to those and a lot of bringing people together and, again, kind of holding a space for them to do their work in.
It's very strange to be a very active man, and all of a sudden he's scooped up with that situation. Here I am. You never know what's going to happen to you.
Yeah, it really brings a different perspective, doesn't it? You've been able to, I mean, through your work and your life and your pleasures, you've been able to be vigorous, strong.
And independent.
And independent, yeah. So that loss of the ability to control your own life, your own movement, yeah, it is the strong loss of your capacity to act out your personhood. But it seems to me that in the midst of all that, we're taking from it what it can give us.
Well, he ain't gone yet now. Come on. Let's perk up. We're going to see each other a lot, and we're going to talk a lot, and we're going to have some happy times yet. Okay?
Comes down.
Yeah, enjoy. Oh, good. Good.
Roz, this is Armstrong. This is Ralph's wife.
I'm Roz Gordon. I'm the chaplain.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I see your eyes. I haven't seen your eyeballs in almost 2 weeks. Are you still there? Huh? So how are you doing? Yeah? Are you on morphine or off? Off? So are you ready to go out dancing? Huh? Yeah?
I guess the theme in this patient's life has been a lot of loss and abandonment. His wife told me, put in an orphanage from the ages of 5 to 8 by his mother, which has led to the estrangement, I think, because she put him in the orphanage and not his sister. And so he's got a lot of issues with that. He also experienced the death of his 8-year-old son many years back.
I think the mother and sister need to be spoken a bit.
Right.
They have been present. I've met them a couple of times. And it seems like some really powerful support things are going on now. The history may not be dealt with adequately, but the present is really very supportive.
I think it's going to be tougher for his wife. She said, I was hoping when Ralph and I were dating before we got married, we were really close. And I thought that when we got married, we'd get even closer, and it didn't happen. Apparently, he just took off on his trips and just left her behind, and she's been left out the whole time. And I think she's really angry about it. And,
she's not the mother of his children, right?
No. They've only been married 7 years.
My visit yesterday really revealed somebody very different who was in real good comfort care. And I think in the position where he can do the inner work that he's going to do.
Your emotional side hasn't had as much exercise as it has had recently, and it's a piece of what I guess you still needed to learn. It's kind of reassuring, isn't it? There's still something that's to be completed or to be worked.
Been hiding all these years, and now it's coming out.
Yeah. Not just going down there, but it's finding that it's really important what you find down deep inside of you. And it would be a real loss not to have it now, not to be able to let your mother, your wife, your sister, and your daughter know that that deep part of you has expression beyond words.
Praise the Lord, girlfriend. How are we?
Hi. I missed you this morning.
Steadily improving, I see.
Yes, yes.
Love you.
Missed seeing you yesterday.
Yeah, I know. How's everything with you?
Everything's all right. I'm blessed.
Oh, I know.
I'm blessed.
I know.
Yeah. Dad, look at you. I love you so much.
I love you too.
And I know you're getting stronger every day.
I am.
I know you
I
are.
am. God.
Yeah.
And I was feeling pretty good this morning.
Thank the Lord.
Yes, I was.
Steadily improving. And I'm going to come here and you're going to be sitting out in that living room waiting for me.
I want to get moving.
All right.
You know, I want to get doing something.
You can do it.
Uh-huh.
You can do all things.
This summer, I don't want to be sitting in this house. You know, I don't feel that I'm a good soldier if I'm just laying here doing nothing.
And you know you're healed.
Yes.
And
when
you
I
should
know
be
I'm
up
healed.
and out.
Right.
That's the attitude. And you will get up and go.
May I walk you to the door?
Oh, Sister Turner, look at that. Thank the Lord. Look at this.
I'm going outside this door soon. Not gonna keep me in
You
here.
really are.
How you doing?
Okay, how are you?
Oh, good. Oh.
How you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
So your hands aren't that cold, so it must be real nice outside.
Not bad.
Not
bad at all?
Yeah. Good.
How have you been?
I've been good. Good. How have you been doing generally?
Generally, I've been,
Last few weeks.
you know, I have my days. Only one thing I want to look at this right here.
When did you notice that?
About last week.
Was it like a fullness?
Yeah, see us close. It don't hurt me or nothing.
Yeah. Any fevers?
No.
What that is a lymph node. Okay. I think you have a lymph node.
That is.
That has become big. You know what the lymph node is? It kind of drains either an infection or the cancer. I'm a little concerned about it, you know, I'll be honest with you. And I'm going to have to watch it.
Okay.
It does give me an indication that the cancer is still there. Is that a big shock to you?
It's a setback. I'm not a shock. But it's a setback. But we'll have to take it as it comes.
Sorry. I have to be the bearer of news.
Well, I don't know. I know it's bad. I don't know. So I don't want to, you know, add to that. So, you know, I'm all right with it. You know, just I don't want to dwell on the problem too much. So I want to pray and ask for a solution and to be completely healed. It's God's will.
You know we're all praying for that.
Yes, I know.
But
and thank you.
I think Anna is becoming more aware of a decline within herself, but isn't quite ready to speak about it openly, to me at least.
the big new finding is a very large mass in her left neck, and this is a major change in the last month. She seemed very distressed, but would not show it, and she said, well, I guess I'll have to pray that much harder. Did not show any outward emotion, but I think it really did have a jolting impact on her. So I think we may be heading into an aggressive final stage of the illness.
Because of all your IVs and everything that's being done, your insurance company has thought that it was fine to have you stay here. But the time is going to come, it always does, when they're going to say, well, we can't really cover this anymore. The potential here isn't such that they're going to be willing to cover acute rehab forever. So when that time comes, we're going to have to figure out what the next step is.
Don't look at me.
Now, when you look at her, what are you saying?
I'm saying you're my wife.
What's that have to do with anything?
No, when you get married, you take a vow, don't you?
Well, what does that vow say?
We didn't take any vows when we got married, actually.
Talking about the one that says in sickness or in health and all that.
Yeah, we never said that.
Well, what maybe the best way to ask it is, what are your expectations around that?
When you marry somebody, you take on the responsibility of that person for their health, their finances, and for their care.
For their care. I think there's a fair amount of anger and frustration happening here, honestly, but I can't help feeling when I'm talking to you that you care about each other.
Ralph's expectation of a marriage and mine were totally different. So.
How so, if you can say?
Well, in mine, I thought marriage would be that you were intimate and talked and did things together and enjoyed being together. And I'm not sure what Ralph says, but I wasn't really included in his life. He did what he wanted, and he said he lives the kind of life he wanted. He didn't care that he didn't talk to his daughter for 15 years or not talk to his mom and sister for 4 years. He lives the kind of life he wanted.
And yet you keep coming.
I know, I'm wondering why. He doesn't really need me here. He's got a lot of people coming and everything.
That's like saying a baby doesn't need its mother's care.
Yeah. What do you think you need from Donna?
Love.
Sounds like she's been trying, though. What do you think she needs from you?
Well, she keeps telling me she wants an intimate relationship.
Yeah,
Why didn't you want to do anything with me?
That may be a tough question to answer.
Well, then make something up. I mean, I got to the point where I just asked him to, like, would he play Scrabble with me once in a while? I mean, my expectations went from here to way down here.
Let me just ask, in the situation that you're in now, Ralph, is there anything that you'd want to say to Donna that you'd want to say while you have the chance?
Sorry I couldn't fulfill your expectations.
Okay.
What stage was set? What's the next act for them?
If he can say to her, I'm sorry, with tears in his eyes, the way he said to me he wanted to say to her, I think they'd have a chance to break a lot of the old molds and just for a second maybe, see who they really are and why they've been together and what they do mean to each other.
Did you put the bolus on the paper, Crystal?
Mm-mm.
I think because it's been a long-term illness, because he's faced into his imminent death before, I believe Mike when he says he's prepared,
But Crystal, she's really,
She knows, but she's really just kind of, I get the sense of her being sort of suspended.
Mm-hmm. And she needs permission to be the little girl.
Yes.
And not the one who's responsible for everything. You know, the way she saves her money and the way she takes, you know, worries about Mike.
You know, it's hard to be an adult when you're a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't he have the most beautiful hands?
That little one over there was having troubles last night. She woke up crying.
I wonder why your tummy's hurting so much. You think maybe you got some other stuff going on?
She told me she would talk to you today.
Oh, good. We're off for girl talk.
He settled me down quite a bit, and now, after he passed away, I know I have a responsibility of catching up for the 8 years that I lost with Crystal because I was always tied up with Michael.
Crystal really doesn't think she's that sick, but she's feeling kind of nervous about what would happen if she was at school and Michael died. She'd rather be home. And if we couldn't work something out with the school so she didn't have to keep telling you she was sick.
I could probably work something out with the school.
Yeah. And it's okay to cry, because crying lets that grief out.
Feeling better? Did you talk to her about your dream?
Well, I told her about some of it.
We talk about stuff, so.
I heard that pop.
Yeah, that was my back.
You feel good?
Not really.
Oh, you two, what a team.
Everybody has a different way, you know, to cope with it. Because I know Kenny, he's, you know, he don't like to be in the house a lot, you know. So they think he don't like to do nothing. But I think he's trying to cope with it that way, not to see it. And Robin, she seems to be coping pretty good. I bet if I would go to one of the psychotherapists, he would tell me, you're in denial right now. It'll come to reality soon. Yeah, I try to keep smiling. That's the only way. They say grin and bear it. That's the old saying. But I keep smiling and bearing it. I have to. For Kenny, really for Kenny's sake, you know, because he has to have somebody to lay on. I think he's going to fall apart when it does come. We can go in this way, Stalker. Your house is right back there. Okay.
Oh, that's the scripture I'm trying to find. Help me to find it. Scripture that I should mount up like wings of eagles.
I'm tired. Yeah. Ma. I want hot dog.
Because I know that you are not a God that lies. And I hold on to your hand. And I know that you will make that way. If there is no way, you'll make that way for me. You show me. You show me how to do what I ought to do. And I'm going to stand strong and stand fast, Lord. And live this life, Lord. Live this life.
I don't know what she told you.
You sure she didn't say mash it?
Yeah, mashed potatoes. I don't know what she told you.
Well, last time I made the codfish, she told me to just mash it up and put butter on it.
That's mashed potatoes. Which one on the card? The one all day?
Yeah, put the obey on it and paprika and parsley.
Okay.
God is the Lord. And butter. For his mercy endures forever.
Did you want a regular potato, or did you want mashed potatoes like that?
Mashed potato.
Mashed potato.
be fine, don't worry.
He's lost everything, right? I think he has amazing loss issues. I think he's in despair.
Going to get the tools to deal with it.
Well, see, a couple of things have happened over the last week. His wife has come in, his buddies have all come in, and most importantly, his daughter, who he hasn't seen for 18 years, has shown up for the first time. And there's big issues between them. So they had a great meeting. He was semi-awake end of last week, then asleep on Tuesday. She's coming again tonight. And I think he really wants to see her and really wants to keep talking with her. And I think he's come back out probably partly to do that.
I'm doing great. Yeah. Yeah, doing great. Don't cry. It's okay. Yeah, look at that. It's not all real, Dad. Sorry to say. Well, I mean, it's not the same color as it was when I was a little girl. I'm using some help, but I'm letting it grow out right now while the baby, while I'm still pregnant. I just don't want to introduce any dyes or anything that might hurt the baby.
Pick that name.
Yeah, if it's a boy, Nathan. We like Nathan. And if it's a girl, Julia. Yeah.
Well, good luck be back if you like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wouldn't be here otherwise,
I appreciate it, believe me.
I just wish, you could still be here when the baby's born, But it's still good.
The core of this whole thing is helping the patient and the family be able to let go of things that have kept them bound together and constricted for their whole life sometimes. Powerful transformations happen, miracles happen with people. And it's not as simple as just people growing or people healing into something better. It's often not. It often doesn't even look or feel better. It's just fuller. It's just more human. How well do you remember Lauren being here? Do you remember her visit? How was it? Pretty good?
Hi, how are you doing? A little bit like her. Oh, thank you. Just a little bit. A little bit. No. Oh, I'm doing okay. Oh, not like I'd like to be. How's the pain? The pain. Oh, man, it hurts me a lot. It hurts a lot. Where, your chest? Mm-hmm. Here? Feel like a brick. When you breathe? Yeah. Like a brick in my chest now. She's actively dying. I don't know if next week, this time she'll be here.
she knows it too.
I'm gonna work yesterday or today.
How you doing?
Me? I'm fine. I mean, like we knew, so it's just a matter of time. And we already knew it was a matter of time.